So, Ratko, welcome from my side as well. It's very nice to have the opportunity to discuss with you and listen your wisdom. So, everybody knows you, of course, and it's useless to start, as Labro said before, listing your successes. We will try to focus on the three topics that you see in the presentation here with some of your recent pictures from your career and one when you were player, starting with the principles that you have applied during your wonderful career. It's obvious that results without principles cannot come. So you are the right person to briefly introduce to us the principles that you have used during this pathway. So, Ratko, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me on your webinar, and I'm very impressed of the numbers of the coaches and the interest of the Greek coaches for this meeting. And I think that this is also a very good signal for the Greeks water polo. You know that actually the development of the water polo is based on the work of the coaches, and the coaches are the basic elements of any development in any countries. Regarding my career, I was formed and I was very lucky to play the second part of my career and to start to work as a coach in the great club as a partisan. And I started also my studying of the coaches school at the Belgrade University, and I was very focused and motivated to start the new career as a coach. And also, before ending my player's career, I was working with the kids as a coach. So quite immediately, I was starting to apply some principles or eventually some methodology, because okay, in Yugoslavia we were following some kind of the Soviet Union methodology of the physical preparation, and Hungarian methodology of the technical and the tactical preparation. Then we wanted to adapt on our conditions and to use the best of these two great the schools, and naturally also the schools of some Latin countries. That's a little bit different, like Italy and Spain. And then the field of the tactical field and the methodology of the team sports game was the quite empty field. So we start our own methodology, but with all these experience that I mentioned before. So from the beginning, I considered that some of things before the starting to work are very, very important. So there is this kind of the 3 or maybe 4 level of the steps that you have to prepare to prepare the good program. So the first is that you must have some kind of the support of these political administrative level. So that is the basic. If you cannot have the support of this part, it's very difficult to go on. The second is the organization of the technical staff. Let's say manager and the technical staff. So to have the experts that can help you in creating the programs. So I used to collaborate with two kinds of the expert that I contacted occasionally, as contacted different schools, with the universities, with the institutions, with some experts as psychology, physiology, and so on, etc. And collaborator that are directly with me. So like, you know, the conditional training, video, statistical analysis, all kind of the support. So that was the reason to get all possible information. So I would like to have all kind of the information in all segments of our preparation, then to be able to make the selection and to filter them, and then to apply to what I think that is very important. Then based on this, you must have the strategy. The strategy is highest term of our preparation. So that is, everything is strategy. You know what you have to prepare, what is your perspective in the future, what kind of the tactics, what kind of the selection. So strategy is everything. And then at the end, when you resolve all these segments, so you go on the selection of the players based on the normally of the tactics, and based on your prevision of the game that you will have maybe in the present or maybe in the future. And so as I started to work with the young players, first with the junior national team, so I was looking always what will be the development of the water polo game. So what kind of the game will be when these kids arrive on the senior level. So it's some decisions that are very important. So my first, I think some of these principle is that is completely total commitment to the training and to the work, and not only mine as a coach, but also the collaborator, the clubs, the players, and all person they are involved in this project. So without the complete commitment, it's impossible to arrive on the high level. Second was the create the training as the absolutely simulation of the game and the sum of the very stressful situation. That it's maybe the most difficult things in our job, because the players, they know what is the training, and it's very difficult to arrive on this level of the involving the players in some kind. But you know, I use some techniques as create the conflict situation, as organize the training in some difficult conditions, and to have the players a little bit more, how to say, irritated, and then to try to realize the program of the training and so on. So together with this, it's also the trying to involve the players and include the players in the all the aspects, not only of the training and all the game, but the complete behavior. So to living the life of the water polo, it was very difficult, and because they have to be present, and they have to think about all the problems and all the situation that they have to resolve. So for that reason, also to have the some kind of the normal organization and normal participation. Also, we had some kind of the behavior rules during the training, after the training, in the hotel, and so on and so on. But I have to say that before the beginning of the program, I always had a meeting with the players and with my staff and with the presidents and everybody, and then I explained what I expect from them. I explained what will be the program, what kind of the project is. I asked and I wanted to know if there is a adequate motivation for this. So after the discussion, and I asked the players to accept these rules, to accept all these difficulties that will arrive later. And after that, I start with the program. And then normally that on the beginning, everybody accept, but during the work, you know, they arrive on the great difficulties. So, you know, this kind of the work is also some natural selection. So the players who couldn't, you know, follow this program, they told me, I will not tell you the names, but some of the players couldn't follow, and then, but they were excellent players, very talented, but they couldn't follow the program. So I consider that you construct the players and the team during the great difficulties during the training process, and preparing them during the training process. The real game is not so difficult. It's difficult on the psychological level, and there is normally, but it's on the physical level and of the conflict level, it's quite the same. Then some of the things I was working very much on the psychological preparation, not psychological, but to have the some kind of the very clear picture of the psychodynamic of the my team. So to see what are the interpersonal relationship, who are the leaders, and what kind of the leaders, what kind of the groups is around this leader, what is the level of the motivation, what is the emotional qualities of the emotional control of the emotion during the stressful situation during the game, what are the psychological characteristics of each player, and then based on these I could prospect how the players will behave during the real game, and especially during the moment most difficult. Then naturally I was always watching not what was happened before, but what will happen after. So during the game, then after the game, we made a very detailed analysis and with the players. And, some of the moment of the game that I consider important. Then we discuss all the game, but then, you know, we moved forward to watch, to see what will be for the next time. So one of the it's for sure that everybody in this project, participating in the project, they must have the very high work ethic or the training ethics. So, you know, when you have to do something, you cannot avoid. So we cannot lose the time. So organizing of the training on the like a minute after the minute, that's there is no empty time and empty moment during the best, so that we can use the training on the maximum. Then I have to say, what is the main problem in the construction and the team, and in the construction of the especially of the team, that you have to on the beginning, or not so many homogeneous team, to create very the team with great cohesion, because that is the important, that will bring you to the higher level of the competitive. So the next maybe of the principles, it's you need always to try to do something new, to use the innovation. So all my career I was studying, you know, I was learning what is the new, what from our sport, from other sports. So to start to researching in all aspects of our preparation, and some kind of the experiment. And my experience is that from many experiments I did, only very little I used only the innovation and the researching, that it's useful, and it's very easy to apply during the training process. So that it's also the players that they like to participate in this time, to maybe trying something new. So it's a very important principle. Then normally our life, you know, I was considering that the coach must be the real leader of the team, and to avoid any kind of the great problems, you have to resolve immediately the small problems. So I was reacting immediately for the little problem, not to become the great problem. So it's you have to be present all the time. And maybe I forgot some of the principle, but more or less this is how I was working with my teams.
Ratko, that was very nice to hear from you, all those very interesting information. I would like to ask you one question, and then we move to the next topic. So you start your career coaching juniors, correct, in Partizan? That was 81.
No, I start younger players, but also junior.
Yes, and then after I think you were 83 with the national team, that you won European and World bronze or silver with juniors of Yugoslavia. 83, 84. It was European or?
Yes, I was. I have to say, I started with the kids, with the cadets, with the junior 82 in Partizan. 83, I was the assistant coach of the first team in Partizan, and I was the coach of the national junior team that won the silver medal at the European Championships and the silver medal at the World Championships in Barcelona. And then I consider this as, for me, the most important medal, because this medal gave me the direction of my work. So, and also these players, they continued then to play in my senior team. 84, I became the coach of the senior men's national team of Yugoslavia.
Yes, and then you had the 84, 88, 2 gold medals. That was a very big success. But you were working all the 80s with, let's say, the Yugoslavian school that at the time was Serbia, Croatia, and Montenegro together. Then you moved to Italy. That is completely other world, other people, other mentality, other characteristics. The question is, your principles remain the same, or you change the mentality of the Italians, they change your mentality, you find some common ground. So how was your change from one very successful decade, the 80s, to another very successful path through Italy with the Olympic Games in Barcelona, world champion in Rome, then bronze medal in Atlanta?
Okay, I was formed in Yugoslavia in 80s, and I have to say that we had the great coaches methodology school, but in all team sports. So we had also the great influence on the sport politics in Yugoslavia. At that moment, you know, we, as I said before, that all of us with a little difference, but we created, so in the basketball, in the handball, then later in volleyball and football, but we created our way of the coaching, and we had a very strong relationship to exchange our experience and knowledge and everything. So that was a great help and in Yugoslavia. So I have these principles and methodology of the work in Yugoslavia. That was as a coach, my position is a very authoritarian position, because there was not so many discussion with the players. No, you okay on the beginning, but you give them the, you know, this was the program, and you know, who can accept, who cannot accept cannot proceed anymore. So yes, we had the great base for the coaching, and but it's a different mentality, it's a different organization, it's a completely something different than I found in Italy. I brought in Italy, I came late 90s in Italy. I brought the same principle and the same methodology. I have to say, this the first years was the year with the great problems with Italian players, not only the players, but with the coaches, with a lot of the person in the Italian water-polo. I have to say that in Italy at that time they didn't work on the physical preparation, especially on the dry land training. So in Yugoslavia we were working so hard, and we prepared the players, because we consider the water polo game is the contact game, is the physical game. So we have to be prepared physically, and also the functionally prepared, and so on and so on. And then you can choose the tactic, everything what you want. So when I arrived in Italy, it was the problem of to respect the program of the training, and so on and so on. Then also that was the problem of the mentality of the players. So the coaches are preparing the tactical solutions to avoid the physical confrontation. So the Italy was famous for different kind of the zone, zone AM, zone this, and so on and so on. So I said, okay, the zone is excellent. It's a very, very quality part of the tactic in water polo, but you cannot play with the physical without the physical contacts. So, and then I told them a story about Yugoslav players when they go to play with Italy. So they say, okay, this for us it's a very nice game. They are afraid of the physical. So our players enter in the game just with some kind of the superiority, because okay, we will enter in the physical contact and then they will lose the game. So quite happened always like this. So I said it's not the question of the anthropometry or the who is a high, who is a big. No, it's a question of the training. So if you train so hard, if you learn how to confront the other players and how to have this kind of the game, you can play against anybody. So we started very slow and they started very slow to accept all these principles of the training. But we were not satisfied at the end of the first year, and we finished fifth at the World Championships in Perth. So then we had a meeting, and we were discussing very seriously about the program, about the methodology of the training, and about what we have to do to be ready for the Olympic Games in Barcelona. And I have to say that I accepted some of the things that players ask for me, during the training. So it was not something that can disturb the program, but they accepted the basic and our methodology of the work, our project. I explained the program, and after this clarification, after the first year, I had an excellent team. So I have to say that the Italian national team was a team with a high tactical intelligence. They were very good players. They understand the game. They have the process of the making decision was very fast. So in the moment when they were able to confront physically the other team, we became the team with quite the winning mentality, because my experience was always that the great games were playing quite always, mostly on the physical level. So the first year was fighting, but with everybody, with also my dirigent. So they were suspicious of but I have the support of my president, of my manager, and that's for me it's enough. So I was bringing up my program, and that was I think this meeting with the players was some kind of the base of our later success with the Italian team.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not wrong, that you were saying that you need to face the opponent always using the same weapons like he's using, and you cannot avoid how can I say it? You cannot avoid contacting him one-to-one. And we remember 94 in Rome, when you jumped inside to separate the Hungarians from the Italians. They will start fighting, Ratko, because the Hungarians were playing with force. That time you were also playing with fours.
Yeah, but it was, you know, the sometimes when somebody choose, because that was the, you know, against the Italian team, they everybody in Yugoslavia, Hungary, and so on, Soviet Union, they always played with the fours. So now Italian team, they learn how to reply. So I always also, not only during the training process, but also during the game, I said, if the team showed this kind of the way of the game, so if they play so physically, you must play the same or harder. So, yes. You know, the situation with the Hungarian was that it's the 32nd before the end of the game that we had the ball, and we had one goal for us. And, you know, they were always the big names, so they cannot accept that we will win the game. So they start really, you know, the fighting without the ball. And I was jumping to avoid any kind of the disqualification, because we had the result, so we don't need to. But that was the one good example that how the Italian team at that time respond of this kind of the game. And then sometime not only in this game, but also later when was some changes of the rules, they always applied this very, very physical game. So, but we were prepared. We were prepared for the physical confrontation. So we defended the result. We defended our way of the playing. At the end, you know, we won also these World Championships in Rome.
And then next year, 95, you go in Vienna, and you have changed the team, and you win again the European Championship. That was a very big success, because it's very rare when you change generation to go with a new team and win again at a high-level competition.
Yes, it was at that moment was the great news, because quite the scandal in the water polo, because I changed from 13 elements, I changed 8, and I bring the 8 new players in the team. But my intention was, and then also was later in Perth 98, I wanted always to have the game with the more movement, with the naturally always with my principles and my type of the game, but with the more movements, with the more velocity, and so on. So actually we were preparing our participation at the FINA World Cup that was in Atlanta, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later. So in Vienna, we were working very hard, quite on the basic preparation. So the European Championships starting, and we were swimming, working of the weightlifting, and playing, you know, some combination in the pool with the quite the physical preparation. So as I saw that the players responded fantastic on this training, and then this training didn't disturb. So it's not quite for the training methodology, but it's interesting. And before the semi-final game, we stopped the training, and we start to preparing only for the game. So then we won the semi-final. We arrived the final again against the Hungarian at that time, and the Hungarians was also always the big names, and I have the completely new team. But now maybe not with all the technical qualities, but with the great preparation, we won very, very sure, you know, this game, and we won the European Championships. And for me, it was a great satisfaction, and it's the proof, you know, that you can create something. You can with the players that you prepare before, that you put in the some important exam, and they pass this exam. So for all of us was the great satisfaction.
Then, okay, we go to Atlanta. You remember this bronze medal that was not the gold, but it is of special value for you. You always say that it was very important, although it was not the gold. And then you had, let's say, Sydney, that is not a good memory, I guess. It was not what you were expecting. And that was your end also in the, let's say, the 10 years Italian experience. And then we go to America.
Yes. So it's, you know, at the Olympic Games, Atlanta, we had an excellent team. And I have to say that we didn't lose any game at these Olympic Games. So we tied the semi-final with Croatia, and we had many occasions to win, but we didn't use the extra man and so on and so. So we lost this game. So it's in the overtime. And then we arrived at the bronze medal game against Hungary, and it was the, you know, maybe the most dramatic game that I ever played. So Hungarians at the beginning of the fourth quarter, they had 4-goal difference. They have the 4-goal advantage. So we scored the 5 goals in a row. And then less than 1 second of the end of the game, the sound of the alarm of the possession of the ball was ringing, and the referees was, you know, the Klaric Rađenović was 2 from ex-Yugoslavia, and the delegates was the Greek. So it was all Balkan experience. And then, you know, they whistled the end of the game. So at that moment, one of our players, they jumped in the water. But, you know, when we saw later on the semaphore was, I don't know how many, less than 1 second remained. So they whistled the penalty, and Hungary tied. Then, you know, I was excluded from the field and so on and so, but we won with the 3-goal difference also in overtime. But was the game was spectacular, this against Hungary, and it's only the bronze medal, but it's a fantastic game, and I was also, I would like a gold, but also very satisfied with this game.
Yeah. So
okay, I changed little. I tried to. We had the very good situation 98 against Yugoslavia, good result, and then one of our players was excluded for the end of the game without the substitution. Then we lost with 1 goal, but it's in the last moment of the game. So then so what I want to say, when you want to bring something new in the game, and when you want to bring some more velocity, some different game, more movement, so you need result. If you don't have the result, you know, then the players, they start to, you know, some suspicion if this is good or not good. So maybe to go back to more static game and so on. So it's a pity, because with the good result, maybe we can give the water polo a little bit more example how to proceed, and also for the coaches, for everybody. But in any case, you know, we played well, but we lost this game. The Olympic Games, Sydney, it was 10 years of my Italian period. and we played the most difficult game. It's quarterfinal games against the Hungary, and it was one Greek referee. So on the beginning of the game, Postiglione, our defender, who was on the bench, he stand up from the bench and was excluded from the game. But then, you know, I have to say, we were working very hard, and I wanted so much this result. So, you know, I don't want to blame the referees, but it was a complete situation that Hungary was an excellent team, so they deserved the victory. So I don't want to say anything. But I was so angry on me, on my players, on referees, on everybody, you know, that I have to say, and I protested, and I make the wrong thing. But I was satisfied because, you know, I have to throw out of me, you know, all the bad things that I had inside, and I did it, you know, really bad things. So I was suspended, but I felt, well, you know, I deserve this, and then, you know, my destiny as a coach changed a little bit, but, you know, that's happened in the sport, and you know, also for me, with the great experience, I did the things that it's not a good example.
Okay, and then it's coming America. So you go there swimming in America, because the Americans, they remember you because they were swimming too much. And they say that, and who says that? The Americans, who are swimmers by definition. So they were complaining about that. But I remember 2004 in Athens, the US team, apart that you beat Italy, so that was the destiny, that you met Italy and you beat your, let's say, ex-team. It was the youngest team in the Athens Olympics. Then you leave America and you go back to Croatia. And 2008, the Americans are playing the final in Beijing with your team, actually. So
yes,
we pass now to the style of training, and that has to do also with the swimming aspect, because people characterize you as a coach that is swimming too much. So this is what, because, you know, players are reproducing this aspect. So let's speak about the style of training. You said about your principles and how you approach the game, and we understand that the training is related to how you approach the game. So just brief us on that, on the style of training, and how you have, let's say, changed that in the course of the time.
Okay, when I arrived in USA, I found a very bad situation, and usually after Olympic Games, and if you don't have the good result, you know, the players, they lose interest for the playing for the national team. So when I arrived, I couldn't have the best players. You know, many players that they were playing in Sydney, they didn't want to play anymore for the national team. So I didn't know anybody in USA. I start with the new players, and you know, USA is very interesting. So everybody can come to the tryouts and to ask me, I want to play for the national team. And so I had hundreds of the players, you know, that passed during these tryouts. And but at the end, you know, I after the few months, I understood all the situations. So I made some kind of analyze and find, let's say, the two weak points of the American team. That was the physical preparation and the lack of the strong game. So they didn't have this kind of the process, making the decision as European players. And then is the third part is a problem of the psychological preparation, and you know, the how much they are motivated to be dedicated to the water polo. So yes, I was working very hard, and I wanted to put them in a very difficult situation. So to see who can resist this kind of the training. So it's not only the swimming, but was everything. So I was present in all part of the training, with the dry land training, swimmer. Then we also, I have to say, that we organized some kind of also the new system. We put some dry land machines on around the pools, and then we work specifically then on the muscular and so on. But yes, we were swimming very much. But I have to say, they were not so good swimmer, you know. American swimmers are good swimmer. American water polo players were not the good swimmers. So, you know, I have the result of all my teams. So maybe the first team of Yugoslavia, maybe they were the best swimmer, you know, of all the teams that I had. So sometimes it's a wrong perception of the team. But, you know, they were water polo players, and they have to pass this kind of the very strong training. Also, I have to say that for the physical preparation is a part of the physical contact. Some of the things was similar as the Italian team. So we had a very strong discussion when we played against Hungary. Always when we played against some of the strong teams. Croatia, Serbia, and so on. But also, I don't know if some of you remember the game between USA and Greece. It's 2003 in New York. It was the World League, and Lonzi was the president of the committee, and he tried to imply not some kind of the rule, but suggestions to whistle less, do not whistle too much. So this was one of the most brutal games that we were played ever. So I remember it was very, very dangerous, you know, for injuries of the players and so on. But let's say that for the US team, so I selected the players. I selected the coaches. I organizing all competition system of all age group until the senior. We organized the American Premier League with the 8 teams that are playing so many games. We organized American Water Polo League final tournament with the new rules. It's quite some of the rules similar of these rules. So I also invite the best European players to play the series of the games and organizing the camps with the little kids. We were playing about 15, 16 games during the. So let's say parallelly with the physical preparation, we were working on the high number of the games, and it was very difficult for the players. Yes, but then when I left, when Terry Schroeder before the Olympic Games in Beijing. He took them in San Diego to where the SEALs with the Marines. What is that? So they make some kind of the similar situation after that. So yeah. They need to become mentally stronger. So this is not some physical training. It's to become mentally stronger. Then I am very proud of the work in the USA. We prepare some kind of the strategic plan from 2001, 2008, called the Project Gold. So they arrived to the medal, and today, you know, these players, they are talking, you know, yes, it was very difficult, but in the very positive sense.
So after you go back to Croatia, and then you have, let's say, World Championship, Melbourne, and then 2012 London Olympic Games. That was a fantastic team. They were very organized, and it was obvious that they were prepared to win the gold. So just tell us how you go back to your, let's say, origins, and in bringing all the let's say experience you have from Italy, from America, back to Croatia. That is not what you left also, because it changed a lot from what you left.
Yes, when I came back in Croatia, also in Croatia, I found the situation was not satisfying. I remember very well the first training with the Croatian team, end of the 2004. So, you know, there was some kind of the medium intensity, the training. Then the next day, everybody with the sores, with the muscle fiber, with the they are feeling very bad and so on. So, you know, the situation was not good. Also, the player, the situation in the player, as you know, cohesion of the team was not so good, and we call the cult of the national team. So you have to respect the national team. So when you play to the national team, you have to give the best of you. It's this is the national team is it's something that's it's a highest level of our activity. So, you know, we have to start from the beginning with all the rules, with the principles, with this. So with especially to create the motivation, and the similar things after the Olympics, because they were very not satisfied with the Olympic Games, with the result. So many players, excellent quality, they didn't want to play for the national team. So we start 2005. We lost the bronze game of the World Championships against the Greece, and it was for the Greece very important result. And then the 2006 was the year that I wanted to put some young players, but some young very good, like Jokovic, Bušlje, Pavic, and so on. But other composition of the team was not so good, and also the psychodynamic of the group was not good. The leaders, you know, something that you know, give us the signal that we have to change something. So after this, I start some kind. That is a strategy, quite, and some kind of the diplomatic activity with the old players, with in the federation. So I wanted to have all the best players that Croatia. So you know that I brought back the Vrdoljak, who was not playing many years for the national team. Actually, he became the captain of the team, and all the best players that we had. So, and start the preparation for the World Championships in Melbourne. And you can see on the beginning of the preparation how is the situation. Now the situation is changed completely. I have the excellent atmosphere, I have the cohesion, I have the team who feels strong, and all the training and the preparation and all the process went very well. So you can feel, you know, that this team has the possibility to make the result, and really we won the World Championships 2007 in Melbourne, and I think that was the most important result for the Croatian national team, because opened for the teams and for the players and for the federation some kind of the winning mentality to bring to the team, so they know that they can win in any competition. Normally they can, but you know, the step from the third, second to the first place, it's very big. It's very big. So you must be convinced that you have the quality, and not only the players, but the mentally, the physical, any quality that you can win. So these medal open to the Croatian team that possibility to win other important tournaments. So we won also the European Championship in Zagreb. We play at home. And then we arrived to the Olympic Games in London. That I think it was for me, maybe the best tournament of my teams during the Olympic Games, because we were, you know, playing very well. We had a very organized game. We had excellent players on each position. Very good cohesion. We knew what we have to do in any moment, without the panic, without nervousness, without. So we were playing. You know, somebody told me it was not interesting, this tournament, because, you know, was evidently that Croatia will win. So it was for me, and I thought that will be the end of my career. So I was very satisfied with these players. So it was the great combination of the young players, and was the beginning of the Sukno as one of the best players later, and some of the older players as Hinic and the Barac, and then I had really the great players on each position, such as Pavic, the goal, as Dobod and Bošković and Bušlje, and so on and so on. So it was the nice game, very organized game, and you know, some great satisfaction for all of us.
I remember 2012 in January in Eindhoven, in European Championship, you were not playing well. Apart the fact that you were there with one goalkeeper, and then they changed the rules to impose the two goalkeepers, or not?
Yes, we didn't have the good situation at that moment. You know, it was after the club season that we arrived on also those the Christmas and New Year holidays, and we were traveling in other countries, and so, but the situation was not good. And during the European championships in Eindhoven, I knew the situation, but you couldn't tell to the newspapers that you know, you are some kind of the reserve with this team and how they will play and so on. So the motivation, the cohesion of the team, the behavior of the players, it was not so good. And you know, after the good result, it was 2010 was excellent result in European Championships in Zagreb. And then, you know, many of the players, they became the great stars. All of the players, and you know, they wanted to have a much more you know, part of these results. So they mean sometimes, you know, the players are sleeping and they are dreaming in this result, in the success. So they think that they can do something without this big physical and psychological involvement. But it's at the end the truth is coming up. And this game, you know, sometimes when the situation start, I can also accelerate the bad situation. So sometimes it's very good. So to arrive on the bottom, and then when you arrive on the bottom is the critical situation in the big crisis. So is the big motivation and all the mobilization of the all federation, all the coaches, all the players, everybody. So that's happened after Eindhoven. I made a great alarm, you know, in the all federation with all the coaches, with all the players. Everybody was under the question, for the Olympic Games, and you have to know that everybody wants to go on the Olympic Games, and now it was not so sure for everybody, for anybody. Then we also after these championships, we organized the meeting, and with this meeting, I was very hard in this meeting with my analysis of this situation and the reasons why we play so. And I asked the players, you know, this kind of the dedication, some kind of the pre-Barcelona meeting. So, and then it was very, very useful for the Olympic Games in London. So sometimes the lost game and the bad result can help you very, very much, you know, to prepare the team much better.
Very interesting. Okay, let's move overseas again to Brazil. I know that in Brazil they were crying when you left. A lot of people, they were very happy with you, although you did not win. But you won against Serbia, who was the Olympic champion. So that is also a miracle for Brazil, that used to be very strong, but in the 50s. But of course, was not a nation in water polo. And you entered the first 8, and I think that it was a good tournament.
Yes, I just after the London, I say I will finish my career. But then, you know, they invite me in Brazil, and so it was too too interesting to refuse, and so I accepted to come in Brazil, and it's. I have the 3 years to prepare the team for the Olympic Games, and quite the same as any countries, you know, that I found the situation not so good. But what was positive that all this political level, and especially the Olympic Committee of the Brazil, they gave me enormous support, you know. So I organized the work with the Brazilian team that was the work with the national team had absolutely priority, you know, in all the other activity of the water polo. So I had some critics from some of the coaches of Brazil, because I didn't dedicate it myself, you know, to all the clubs, but I didn't have a time, you know. My job was, you know, to prepare the national team. So I started the selection of the players, of the technical staff. You know, I was educated by technical staff. They became very good from the physical preparation to video analysis, statistical analysis, all type of the support that I had. I have also the help from the Olympic Committee that gave me some resources, you know, for the always some kind of the researches that we did at that time. And then very similar as in USA. So they need to improve the physical and the functional qualities, and they need the game. So I was playing, but not in Brazil, but I was bringing them in Europe. I was playing all around Europe with anybody who wanted to play in Italy, in Croatia, Serbia, in all the places, you know. So I need a lot of games. Then I had idea to bring the Brazil to play the Adriatic League as a team, as a club. So, but I couldn't realize this because Adriatic League asked me too high fee, and they wanted to pay this. Then I sent all the players in Europe. So a year before Olympic Games, I sent the players in Europe to get the experience. And we made some excellent improvement. Then 2015 we won the bronze medal at the super final of the World League in Italy, and that was the first time one important result of the Brazilian national team. So you know, also I had a recognition of the Brazilian Olympic Committee. They gave me some kind of the prize for as the best coach of the team sports, but not for this medal, but for the big improvement of the team, because we were in the last category of the sport for the Olympic Games to arrive to the sport that it's can be potential for the medal. And I have to say that Felipe Perone, who is a Brazilian, he came back, and he was one of the players that helped me very much, because he was quite the second coach in the water, and it was very intelligent, understanding the game, and I was collaborating with him very much. So that helped me a lot. And yeah, they wanted to keep me in, but you know, for me, was just Brazil was too much. So I after the Olympics that we play on the satisfactory match, and we won the Serbia. Then maybe we can make some result. We had against Croatia possibilities, because one of their player, Buric, was excluded for 4 minutes. But we didn't use this advantage, and you know, it's we finish Olympic Games, but finish with the good recording of this competition.
Okay, now the third point of let's say topic to discuss was the relation with the players. You have told us so many things. Apart the fact that many players hate you because they were suffering a lot during the games, you have a lot of players that became coaches now. So I believe that they rather change their mentality. What do you say about that?
I didn't hear you very well, but
I say that you had a relationship with your players. The players, when they have to swim a lot and train a lot and be under pressure, they hate the coach. So some of your players might hate you, but a lot of your players became very good coaches afterwards.
Yes, it's this relationship with the players, and then I had you know, I asked from the players some kind of the behavior during the training, not only, you know, to train very much, but also to have some kind of the discipline, and to show that they are part of the team, and so on. So as I said before, any problem that I can see, I reacted very much. But I I was not confronted the weak players. No, I was confronted the strongest players. So if you want to send a message, what kind of the behavior you want from the team, you have to send this message to the best player, to the strongest player. So yes, I had the conflict with some of the players, but you know, I think that the conflicts are good. And after the conflicts, you know, you arrive on the situation that you talk to resolve the conflicts, and then you have the better situation. So some of the players and many players, they became the very good coaches. Some of the players, they used to continue part of this kind of the methodology. But you know, at the Olympic tournament in London, that from 12 teams, 6 teams was coaching by or my ex-players or my ex-assistants. So half of the Olympic tournament was my collaborator or my players. And now I have really a lot of coaches that they have very successful coaches career. I hope that I help them a little bit with my way of the coaching, with my type of the education. And then I have to say that I never made any preferences to anybody. And okay, it's always maybe somebody is more sympathetic or less, but there is no preference. I always treated everybody on the same way. So I was always was my intention to protect the team. So team was on the first place, and then the players must to participate to give the contribution to the team to make the function well. So I said, you know, if you have the good team, so it's not composed of the best players, but it's called the players who will make the best team, and the team will give the best players possibility to show the quality that they have. So I have the discipline in the game, but also I have the liberty for the players to show some kind of the creativity and individuality, and this can make some difference. And also, you know, this kind of the making the project, making the program, and the program prepared, you know, long-term program. Maybe this way of the managing the team, of the making the programmation, the training process, helped my players to become also the good coaches. But then everybody construct his coach's career on his way.
I have no other questions. So Lambros, we can ask if some coach has any question for RATKO.
Lefteris Vouros wants to make a question. Lefteri, you can open your microphone and your camera.
Hello, Mr. RATKO. I would like... Hello?
Yes, we hear you, but we don't see you.
Okay. I don't know if you're able to see me now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I would like to have a question from Mr. RATKO RUDIC that in a psychological or mental aspect, the new generation players, do you think they have difference than the old generation of 80s or 90s? And if they have, how do you think that you are able to manage this?
Regarding the new generation, everything regarding the psychological preparation is always the same. You know, they can change, they can have the different technology, they can listen different music, they can have the video games, they can anything said. But regarding the position in the team, how is interaction between the players? What is the motivation of the players to arrive to the great result? What is the level of the dedication to the team? What is the level of the pain that they can suffer? So considering everything, you know, some kind of the human aspect, it's never change. So, you know, some of the principle of the psychological preparation, some of the things that you can make the players mentally stronger is the same. So maybe we have now a little bit more sophisticated methodology of the training, but the players must arrive to the highest level of the sufferance, because without that there is no improvement. So I think that I was working now with very young players also this year. You know, these characteristic never change. So somebody who wants to work on this on the psychological level absolutely can use all the methods that is possible to use, and it's very important to use this, because all these characteristics as a question and you know, dedication, it's very important. Without that, it's very difficult to arrive to the result.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Lapros.
Dimitris Mavrotas wants to make a question.
Hi, Mr. Ratko.
Hello?
I want to ask you, when you are coaching the national teams, how often you have a meeting with the club coaches? First question. And the second is, if you give them some directions in order how you want the athletes to work out.
Yes, it was my way of preparing the program, and my way of controlling the players, not taking the care of the players, and to go around the country. And I was doing in any country when I was working. So I was visiting the clubs and the coaching. So sometimes, you know, we organized like this seminar, and then we were talking, and we are giving our experience, our you know, analysis, and so on. But the best way that I had was the discussion, you know, with the face-to-face with the one coach, and discuss all the things, everything, you know, regarding the national team, regarding the system of the preparations, regarding the programs of the players, and this kind of the relationship with the club's coaches gave me the enormous benefits. You know, we also prepared in Italy some kind of the manual how to use the different calendar time to prepare the players, to make recharging the players, and so on. Then I was talking about the young players, because the younger players, they must have different program, because the younger players, there is no periodization, and they have to work on how to develop all the qualities, and not how to arrive in the best shape for the one game. So I was working very much, and that was usually I was working every 2 months. You know, I was traveling, or 3 months, depend on the situation, traveling, and I was talking with the coaching, and for me it was a fantastic experience. I can get a lot of information, but also when I was talking with some of the coaches that they are not agree with me with some methodology, but when you talk with them, you know, some of the things that I suggested, later they applied. So always was very useful. So that was I started especially in Italy, because in Yugoslavia was a little bit different. But in Italy, I was traveling around and was talking with the coaches, and Yanis know very well, because I was talking also with him when he was the coach.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
We have no any other questions. Thank you so much, Ratko. It was really amazing, the discussion with you. And we hope to have the opportunity to talk again in the future.
Okay, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.